Scrapbookers, this is Megan, and I am back today with a hop layout. So today I am celebrating with Desiree's Tales and a bunch of other amazing YouTubers, and we are celebrating Desiree's 1,700 subscriber hop. So she now has 1,700 subscribers, and we all wanted to jump up and down and show support for her. So we are scraplifting her today. So the reason I have two layouts before the video started is because I picked one of her Desiree's layouts that she used from another challenge. So she scrap lifted Rebecca Lockhart scraps. And so I decided to post both photos so you could see where Desiree came from and she got her layout, and then where I came from going off of Desiree's layout. My layout does turn out more like Desiree's, and I really love how it turns out. I kind of wish I had done more mixed media than like more of the watercolor mixed media than I did of what I end up doing, but it's fine and I really do love it. Okay, so here you can see I'm trying to pick out some stamps. So the layout calls for stamps behind the photos, and so I find these kind of border scallopy stamps, and I'm gonna decide to use those. Here I'm using my photos, and again I am using the new craft collection from Simple Stories. So I had more photos of my scrappy bestie Hannah and I scrapbooking together. This is where she was setting up her iPad and getting ready to record while I was there, and I was kind of helping her come up with a new setup. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to do a mixed media layout for these photos because Hannah used to totally do tons of mixed media. So I already had, before I started the video, put down some clear gesso, and I had let that dry overnight. So this is the next day, and I decided to pull out a gelato, and I think it's a Faber-Castell gelato, and I think it was just in a color called mint. And I kind of wish I would have just stuck with that. I wish I had made it bigger and gone with that. But, you know, it's okay. I wanted to bring in another new product because I've been buying a lot of new mixed media supplies. And so I'm going to bring in some Brutus Monroe no, not Dazzlers. That's a different company. That's Shimmers. Oh, I don't show you guys. I think it's just glaze. I'll have to link to the product below. But it is from Brutus Monroe, and it is one of their pastes. And I really love their pastes. They're so much fun. This one is not a glitter paste. It's not a glitter glaze. It's just got, it's just color. But I thought it would be kind of fun to add a little bit more texture to this layout, so I do. And I do like how it turns out. I just kind of wish I had added more of the watercolor gelato look behind it. I think that would have been better, which it's all dry now, so I might go back and do that, but I'm not really sure because I feel like when I go back and try to, quote, fix layouts, it kind of ruins the layouts. Okay, now I'm going to pull out my stamp and I'm putting it on one of my stamp blocks. I am going to just use some close to my heart black ink, and I am just going to start stamping along this layout. If you didn't know, I am a close to my heart consultant, and so I am also using a close to my heart stamp today as well on this layout. I'm not sure if this stamp is still available, but I will link below to some cute border stamps that we have in the shop right now if you want to pick up some border stamps from Close to My Heart. I would absolutely love to have you as a customer. Okay, so I did that long one first, and then I'm thinking I'm going to do this smaller little flourishy stamp, and so I really like how that turns out. I'm gonna actually do, I think, 2 more stamps that are flourishes. So I think I get a different flourish, and I'm gonna put that right underneath that first flourish, and then I'm gonna do the first stamp that I used again, and then I think I'm gonna do another one of the flourishes. So here you go. I am doing one of the longer banner stamps. And then I'm going to do 2 more flourishes. So that's the order that it went in. Okay, now I'm just doing my last 2 stamps on both sides. And if you keep wondering what I'm doing when I move my layout, underneath my layout when I do stamping, sometimes I'll have an old Stampin' Up! Platform. I think it's called like a stamp platform. It's kind of like the Tim Holtz or the Misty or something like that, except it is just a foam piece. And that makes it a little bit easier to stamp on because my surface that I scrapbook on is not very flat. It is a tiled surface or a wood grain surface. And so it does kind of have grooves and things. And so when I stamp, I find that sometimes it doesn't look very good. And so using the Stampin' Up! Platform makes it a lot more of a smooth and easy surface to stamp on. Now I'm going to add some fun foam behind the photos, and then I'm going to glue that down and start embellishing. I don't add too much onto the layout after this, but I do add a few embellishments. So here is where I'm going to start bringing in those embellishments from the sticker sheet, and I'm just bringing in all of the fun and artsy little stickers. I thought it would be kind of fun to put 2 artsy pieces into each of the clusters. So this cluster that I'm working on has yarn and a camera. I think it's a Polaroid camera. And then this one up at the top has a spool of thread and some scissors. And then the cluster in the bottom of the photo, that one has some ink and paint. I did get the chipboard kit, or the chipboard embellishments as well. And so I decided to do a pre-made title that the chipboard came with, which just says, "Let's get crafty." And since I did put the word crafty on top of the photo a little bit, I did have to put some 3D foam tape behind the top because it was kind of smashing into the back of the layout, and so I didn't want to have it come off or ruin the layout. So I add those square pieces, and then I think that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching today. Make sure you check out all the links below of all the ladies scrap lifting Desiree today and celebrating her 1,700 subscriber hop. If you are not subscribed to Desiree, make sure you go and subscribe and help her reach her next milestone. Oh, I did forget that I added some of this Nuvo drops to make enamel dots. And here's the layout. Thank you so much for watching.